Okay, good morning friends. Today we are going to see the next point from the topic mechanical properties of fluid, that is the explanation of formation of drop and bubble. Friends, this question may be asked in a different way, that obtain an equation for excess pressure exerted by liquid drop or bubble. Or the question may be also asked in a different way, obtain an equation for Laplace's law of spherical movement. So the question from all these three, the answer is the same. So you should read the question very carefully. Friends, in order to write the equation, it is a total mathematical part. So I have drawn spherical part. So here Pi is the internal pressure. Pi is equals to internal pressure. P naught is the outer pressure. So before starting this equation, you should know what is the difference between the liquid drop and bubble. When we are saying about the drop, so this drop is completely filled up with the water and only one surface will be in contact with the air, and this is called the drop. And for bubble, inner part is also filled with the air, outer part is also filled with the air. So two surfaces are in contact with the air. So that is the difference between the drop and bubble. Again, I am going to explain. When we are saying about the drop, so only one part is in contact with the air, and for the bubble, two surfaces are in contact with the air. So given diagram is a diagram for the liquid drop. So this is the liquid drop. So for this liquid drop, Pi is the internal pressure and P naught is the outer pressure. Friends, total mathematical part is there. We know the formula for the surface tension. What is the surface tension? Surface tension is equal to work done per unit area. Again, we have seen in the last grade, surface tension can be defined as a force per unit length acting at right angle on the imaginary lines drawn on the surface of a liquid. That is the definition part which we have studied earlier. Friends, in the given diagram, Pi is the internal pressure of the liquid drop and P naught is the outer pressure of the liquid drop. Let us consider R be the area, or R be the radius of the inner sphere, and delta R be the increase in the radius. So let us consider the here A1 is equal to 4 pi R square. So this is the area of the surface area of the internal part. Now A2 is equal to 4 pi R plus delta R. So this is the increase in the surface area. Now we have to take the difference between these two. So dA with change in area is equal to A2 minus A1. So dA is equal to, what is the value of A2? 4 pi R plus delta R bracket square minus 4 pi R square. Okay, friends, here we have to apply the formula of A plus B bracket square. So what is the formula? A square plus 2AB plus B square. So we can write 4 pi R square plus 2R delta R plus delta square R square minus 4 pi R square. So multiply this, we are getting dA is equal to 4 pi R square plus 8 pi R delta R plus 4 pi delta square R square minus 4 pi R square. So if you will observe this equation, with 4 pi R square and this 4 pi R square will be get cancelled. So what is the remaining part? 8 pi R delta R plus 4 pi delta square R square. As delta R is the small increase in the radius, So delta square r square will make the value very small. So we have to write neglecting 4 pi delta square r square. So remaining answer will be the 8 pi r delta r. So this is a increase in area. Again I am going to explain this part. A1 is equal to 4 pi r square. A2 is equal to 4 pi r plus delta r bracket square. dA is increasing area is nothing but the A2 minus A1, and after solving this we are getting the final answer at the 8 pi r delta r. So this is the change in area. So according to the definition of surface tension T is equal to dW by dA. So dW is equal to T into dA, and what is the value of dA? That's a 8 pi r delta r. So dW1 is equal to T into 8 pi r delta r. So this is the equation number 1. According to the definition of work, what is the work done? Work is equal to force multiplied by displacement. What is the formula for the work? Work is equal to force multiplied by displacement. Let us consider dW to be the work, F with the force, and delta R with the displacement. Okay, again we know the formula for the pressure. What is the formula for pressure? Pressure is equal to force upon area. So here as we are interested in the pressure, so Pi and P naught, that difference we have to take here. So Pi minus P naught is equal to here, and what is the area of sphere? 4 pi r square. So suppose this is my equation number 2, and I am going to calculate here the value of force. So Pi minus P naught into 4 pi r square. So this is the equation number 3. Now substitute the value of force in equation number 2. So here from equation 2 and 3. From equation 2 and 3. So in equation 2, substitute the value of force. So dW work done is equal to, what is the value of force? Pi minus P naught into 4 pi r square into delta r. So this is the equation number 4. So already we have calculated the value of the work done. Here also we have calculated the work done. So compare this. So comparing equation 1 and 4. Pi minus P naught into 4 pi r square delta r is equals to T into 8 pi r delta r. So if you observe these steps here, pi will be get cancelled, r square is here, 1r will be get cancelled, delta r will be get cancelled, and after solving this we can write Pi minus P naught is equals to 4 2s are 8, so 4T upon r. So here if we are dividing 4 2s are 8, so 2T by r. So this is the formula for the axis pressure. So what is the formula for axis pressure? So this is the formula. This is the equation for axis pressure of liquid drop. What is the formula? Pi minus P naught is equal to 2T by r. For bubble, as I have told you, for bubble there are two surfaces in contact with the air. So in the place of 8, we have written 16. For bubble, Pi minus P naught into 4 pi r square is equal to T into 16 pi r delta r. So why we have taken 16 directly? Because for the bubble there are two surfaces in contact. So 8 to the we have to take 16, and after solving this we can write Pi minus P naught is equal to 4T upon r. So excess pressure for liquid drop is 2T by r, and for bubble it is for liquid bubble it is 4T by r. So this is a formula which we have derived. Friends, total mathematical part is there, and this question may be asked for the 4 marks in the board examination. Again, I am going to explain this equation properly. So first we should know what we are going to derive. The question may be asked now. Obtain an equation for the formation of drops and bubble. The question may be asked, obtain an equation for excess pressure exerted by the liquid drop or bubble. The question may be asked, obtain an equation for Laplace's law of spherical membrane. So for this purpose, first we should draw the diagram. With the diagram, Pi is the internal pressure, small r is the radius of the internal sphere, delta r is the increase in the radius, and P naught is the outer pressure. Friends, A1 is the internal area of the sphere, is a 4 pi r square. A2 is the increasing area, is a 4 pi into the bracket r plus delta r bracket square. Then change in area. Change in area is nothing but A2 minus A1. And after doing the subtraction, we have substituted the value 4 pi into the bracket r plus delta minus 4 pi r square. Use the formula a plus b bracket square, and after solving this we are getting finally dA is equal to 8 pi r delta r. This is the first part. After that, according to the definition of the surface tension is equal to work done per unit area. So T is equal to dW by dA. So dW is equal to T into dA. So already we have calculated the value of dA. Use this value. So dW is equal to T into 8 pi r delta r. Equation number 1. This is according to the definition. Then we should we know the formula for the work done. Work is equal to force into displacement. As the body will be got displaced from the initial position, then some amount of work has been done. So dW is equal to F into delta r. So according to the definition of pressure, pressure is equal to force upon area. Pressure acting on the liquid drop. So Pi minus P naught is equal to F upon 4 pi r square. So F is equal to Pi minus P naught into 4 pi r square. Then substitute this value in equation number 2. So we have can write from equation 2 and 3, work done is equal to Pi minus P naught into 4 pi r square into delta. Compare the equation number 1 and equation number 4. In equation number 1 we have calculated the work done. Again in equation number 4 we have calculated the work done. Compare these two. After doing the comparison, we can get the equation Pi minus P naught is equal to 2T upon R. So this is the equation for excess pressure exerted by liquid drop. Friends, for bubble there are two surfaces in contact with the air. So we can write here directly. In the place of 8 we should write 16. So Pi minus P naught into 4 pi r square is equal to T into 16 pi r delta r. So after solving this we are getting Pi minus P naught is equal to 4T upon r. This is the equation for excess pressure exerted by liquid bubble. So friends, here we have completed the point regarding with the excess pressure. Now I am going to start the next point regarding with the capillary action. So what is the meaning of capillary action? Before starting the point of the capillary action, you should know what is meaning of capillary tube. So in the chemistry practical we have studied the capillary tube. So what is the meaning of the capillary tube? The tube having very small bore is known as a capillary tube. So when we are saying about the capillary tube, this is the one kind of the tube having very small bore. Bore means diameter. It has very small diameter and it is open from both then when it is dipped in a beaker, then the liquid level this is water, and when it is dipped, then the liquid level rises in the capillary tube, and this phenomenon is known as a capillary action. So friends, for some liquid which partially weighs the solid, the liquid will rises, and for the liquid which do not weight the solid, liquid level decreases. So what is the capillary action? The phenomenon of rise or fall of liquid level inside the capillary tube is known as capillary action. So what is a capillary tube? The tube having very small bore with small diameter is known as a capillary tube, and the phenomenon of rise or fall of liquid level inside the capillary tube is known as a capillary action. So this capillary action has different applications in our day-to-day life. The question may be asked sometime for the 2 marks. What are the applications of the capillary tube? So different applications are there. First, if we take the blotting paper, and if it is kept on the water, then the water will be absorbed by the paper, that is due to the capillary action. Again, when we are writing to the pen, then the ink will rise in the pen. Ink rise in pen due to the capillary action. Okay, if you observe the roots of the tree, then the roots of the tree have just like as a very fine diameter, or they have very small diameter. The roots of the trees will absorb the water from the ground. That is also the example of the capillary action. Again, if we take the cotton, and if the cotton is dipped in the oil, then the oil level rises in the cotton, that is also due to the capillary action. Again, I am going to explain another example. If we have the sponge, and if we dip the sponge in the water, then the water will be absorbed in the sponge, that is also due to the capillary action, because the sponge have small pores, and these pores will act as a capillary tube. So all these are the applications of the capillary tube. So the question may be asked in the exam, during the examination, what is the meaning of the capillary action? Then you should write the tube having a small bore is known as the capillary tube, and the phenomenon of rise or fall of liquid level inside the capillary tube is known as the capillary action. The question may be asked to write any 2 applications of capillary action in our day-to-day life. Then you can write the water will be absorbed due to the blotting paper due to the capillary action. The rise of ink level in the pen is an example of the capillary action. Roots of the trees will absorb the water, that is also the example of the capillary action. If the cotton is dropped in the water, then it will absorb the water, that is example of capillary action. Again, if the sponge is dipped in the water, then the water level will also rise. So these are the various examples regarding the capillary action. So friends, today we have studied one of the important equations from this topic, and the equation for the excess pressure exerted by the liquid drop and bubble, and second point which we have studied, that is the capillary action. Okay, so I hope you have understood these points and make the proper notes. Thank you. Have a nice day.